Heyo, and welcome to the stream. It's Hunter Mowry here with Brescia FC and Football Manager 2022. We are continuing our run with Brescia over moving to a new game at this moment. At this point in time, still been a little bit busy here at the start of it all, unfortunately. So not really set up to go anyway, but we want to finish out yet another season for Brescia. Right now, we won the Champions League last year. We won Serie A last year, and we are currently putting ourselves in pretty good positions. So we did get a tough draw with Barcelona, but we are at the top of Serie A with a pretty sizable lead, and we have yet to lose straight up on the season. So we do have the Coca-Cola Supercup, but nobody really cares about that, although hardware and winning over Milan is always an excellent thing. And that is upcoming pretty shortly, though maybe within the rotation of the team, it may have to be less important. I do like hardware, though, as we continue to advance. A few things, as I did simulate the 2 weeks. Erling Haaland went off, so he was the Ballon d'Or and like the top player in all of the various things. So sad a little bit. But Anthony Madu finished in third place in a lot of those things. We won Manager of the Year, and then we obviously had some good success with kind of the Serie A awards moving forward. And our board just kind of, they inherently boosted our transfer budget, but not only did they do that, we accepted the challenge of winning Serie A, topping it for 2 years in a row, and increasing our transfer budget even more. What this has allowed me to do is go after Jean Arnaud, and we will see. I have a couple guys on the transfer in the squad. Malacia, though he might not be. Maybe we may end up having to keep him too, as Patrick Nordberg went down for multiple months with a broken lower leg injury. So kind of the guy who's been our makeshift backup all over the field is down. Also, no, that's okay. But yeah, Vegard Stromberg, I listed him for transfer, but then like people were talking about like 120 million with him, and then suddenly they were like, no, it's 70 million. He's transfer listed. So I've removed him from the transfer list. I'll be interested to see if teams come for him or not. Maximiliano Cabrera is also being kind of courted slightly, but I don't think anybody will come to him, though he is coming off of winning another award as like one of the best young players and the best Argentinian international player. So not the domestic top guy. Obviously, he's here in Italy. Madu continues to be courted, and we did list Florent Denis, who is kind of just with a lot of the rotation that we're kind of adding to our center backs. He's just kind of extra. I wanted to put Orestes on there, but he said he was going to react poorly, and he is one of our more influential players, even though he is playing a little less. So we may not be making those moves. Also, something I noticed while we were moving through, Mohamed Yenner is growing, but has kind of had a rough go of it at Eintracht Frankfurt. 1 goal, 1 assist. 2 goals, 1 assist, I guess, in all, including one of those being a penalty as well in the cup. So, he has not found a lot of success And I mean, so maybe it is beneficial to bring him off. But I would be willing to listen to offers for Vegard Stromberg if teams want to come for him moving forward. But we will see. And I did also put out like a $120 million bid to Sean Arnaud. I think we're in a pretty good setup. Jan Valeda is a guy that we would probably move on from next year, kind of officially. We're probably rotating some of our center backs out for some younger prospects, including one that's just kind of free in a way, that he came through the youth intake a few years back in Dario Reina. So we're pretty open right now. And yeah, so now this is re-jumped up to like 117. Now I called it like 120 because I do want it to be like, I want somebody to go. And I think we are looking to loan Monty, who's just kind of sitting on the bench. Just straight up 10.5. We are just looking to recover Malacia. We will maybe have to look for a solution as a backup with the long-term injury that happened. But we're just looking to kind of recoup our costs. He has been mostly injured his entire time here. And which is crazy because like he doesn't even have like an negative injury thing. But it's just been bad. It's been unfortunate. It's one of those things where it's time to just move on, and we'll recoup something for him. We'll come back to that. I mean, we could do that. We can always look to sell him later. Tottenham are in for Christian Romero. $1 million per league appearance? I was going to say, what the hell value is that? I mean, I'll come up. I'm not like opposed to coming up a little bit more in these either. I do want to keep this a little bit low. I probably could go, especially if we're getting rid of Malacia, I could probably go 75 early. But that would have to almost save me like 15 plus, 20 plus on the back end. I mean, I could go more, but it all becomes trickier then, and like we kind of like then have to sell people, or we will, well, maybe more appropriately, we'll be operating in the red for like the last few months of the season if I do that. And actually 75 maybe even puts us at a risk of that too, just in consideration. Florentini. So it'll be 1.4, which will cover his salary for the entirety of the season, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I can get the 16 or the 26. But also to go to Inter, and I don't know, if there is a guy on the team that maybe can step in and play some wing back for us, maybe it's Florentini. I mean, Arestis too. So maybe until we figure out the Malacia thing, I can't really make this move. But it's gonna be a lot for Arnaud, but we're kind of doing that thing. I'd love to make one final splash. I don't really even have a spot in mind for him to play where I think he's like significantly better than what we got, but I mean, I think he'll be more consistent as an attacking midfielder over Cueva, but I don't know that he's necessarily better than Danny Olmo for that role. It just means we maybe don't have to re-sign Olmo. And so I guess we could try to, like, recoup some cost on Olmo, but I also don't really see a point in that. Not terrible, but some fringe guys. Just kind of get out of here. Eintracht Frankfurt wants to make a move. Let me look at that. So he doesn't really care about Bari. We'll just reject him then. And then we go to Denis. So same thing. They'll kind of cover his costs for the entirety of the year. And then they'll mandatory. I think the thing is, unless it kind of is like a straight up 20, which I don't know that I can get. Maybe I can't get for him. But at this point, like, I think he'd be valuable enough as a left wing back to keep around. I do want to play the other guy more, but let me take another peek, though, at Denis. If they give me a more, like, yeah, see, they keep even saying, like, transfer higher. But I mean, maybe because he's so young, there is a lot of value in that 20% sell-on fee or something that they're kind of considering. Could be. And we are up against Bologna. And we do have a friendly between now and Sampdoria. So I think we're going to probably get the starters out here and then play everybody else in the friendly. Molossia Nordberg down. And then I assume kind of after Sampdoria, then it's Milan, which we don't really care about, so. But Birkenbaum and Barcelo, Madu and Cueva, Olmo, Satriano, Cabrera. Yeah, first came back. I don't want to go too crazy. We will, if they get the ball, press them. And then Orsolini cuts inside, or should be cutting inside. And should be cutting inside on the other side too, or at least that's where the scariness should come from. But we just trust our center backs to clog that up for the most part. Yeah, I guess we'll get into Stromberg a little bit on why I'm kind of willing to shop him. Even though Jenner is not quite showing it on loan. But so maybe this year it might be stronger to keep him. I want to get back to a good start. So I think we will do this I have faith in you all around type thing. Won the last 6 matches. Yeah, I think it's something that could provide a little upper hand. Yeah, you can't win games without scoring, so obviously it's a good thing. Yeah, we can't wait to get back into action. We've been on fire, hoping that the winter break didn't cool us off at all, and we're looking to add even more firepower in the transfer window, potentially. Making a massive move, although losing Stromberg, I guess, is also, maybe it's counterintuitive to that. But we put ourselves quite the lead through the first 16. Hopefully we can maintain it. We did promise the board as part of the transfer budget increase that we will be winning it again this season. I mean, it's enough of a buffer where you have to at least, if you're not feeling confident, should you even be playing the game, Little early flash from Cabrera, but nothing too much yet. Oliveira trips down Birkenbaum, and it will be a card. He will be in the book. A little rough. Anthony Madu, Abdulev. Pekovic off the backside. Was he onside, though, when Abdulev struck it? Madu kind of going quick. That card kind of went back into the pocket, and Madu was pretty much ready to go. And Pekovic is onside. His 8th of the season. What a center back. Actually kind of surprised he wasn't really our Ballon d'Or guy, but because I think for what he does in his position is maybe more impressive. Not to say Madu isn't impressive, but I would almost say Pekovic was even more to me. And then the other big award winner was not just Cabrera, but what's his name? Barclay was the wonder kid forget what it is, like the Golden Boy or whatever. So that was kind of our other big award. Fagioli. Back, a little wild for Oliveira. Satriano actually ends up winning it, and he gets it back to Oscar Cueva, who turns it, thought he was going to sling one over the top. This time, Palacio is onside, but he is pushed wide. A good cut back. Sanchez has it now at the edge of the box, and now Oliveira Madu goes out to close him down. And he does so successfully, taking the ball back and in possession for Brescia. Pander long, Pekovic quickly to Madu, but he goes all the way back to Carnesecchi. As Brescia look to regain shape. Cueva finds Birkenbaum in space as the flip of play is on. Satriano through. But ultimately pretty wild with the attempted finish. Madu, Abdulov. Stefan Birkenbaum. Satriano. Oh, definitely an opportunity. Looking for Birkenbaum. Oliveira cuts it out well in the air. Or Cellini, but Barcelo does well. Maybe a little bit poor with the pass. Cueva flipping play again to Stefan Birkenbaum. Looks to whip one in. Birkenbaum finds Danny Olmo in the box. Birkenbaum, Satriano. And a blast from Birkenbaum, and it hits the crossbar. Cabrera hitting the post on the backside, nearly a set-piece goal. Another tight angle. Cueva. Back to Carnesecchi. Carnesecchi looking for Cabrera. He does enough. Danny Olmo, and he takes a shot. Oh, and Pekovic. Could have had number 9. Madu, Birkenbaum. Looking for Cabrera. And he was offside. Flips it out to Birkenbaum, who does well to hold it in, and he's looking for Satriano forward. But a little too far. Pekovic. Long one into Birkenbaum. Satriano. And he flips it to Barcelo. He's looking for back to Satriano. And a header from range. Just got the free header and did not miss this time. With a ton of pace on that. And there is Danilo Pekovic again. Satriano. Get Cesarano out there. We'll also get Peter Barclay out there. We'll get Mino in. It's pretty much our best, youngest players getting the substitution in this one. Ooh. I'm not entirely sure what was going on that, but Carnesecchi does somehow get it back out to safety. Nearly one that could have put Bologna, given them a chance. Madu, Barclay, Satriano. Just not that, like, little extra pace, not forcing it to Cabrera very often. So, quiet day for him. Barclay, Satriano. Back to Barclay, who looks to take a shot. And the ball, I guess, came off of Cabrera somehow in the chaos there. Abdulev strongly steps up. Satriano, and he looks to play Cabrera through. Capellini reads it well, though. And well done on the first game back. Pretty dominant performance there. Yeah, we just need to continue to build in the locker room. Fantastic. Yeah, it was a goal out of the very top drawer. It's really well taken. Good. Good? What? Really well taken goal. A late one to steal it for Sampdoria. Napoli do well. Milan do let Hellas Verona kind of creep back into it, but they hold on. And a loss for Lazio. And a lot of scouting started. Oh, you know, I probably didn't do that either, actually. Sorry. Continuing to be wrong, continuing to hit poor buttons. More players to add to the bottom of that list. I mean, I don't mind that, but I think I want the flexibility there. I can do the domestic cup, and he will be a star player for us. Sell on fee, and then the profit from next sale. We probably won't be making much money off of a sale, but I don't know if I mind that too much. This is the big one, though. That's a lot. I mean, I know we're going to have to pay him a lot to pull him from the French league, but, yeah, I'm kind of okay with goal bonuses if he's chipping in. If he's chipping in 10 goals, I think that is kind of worth it. Not his strong suit, to be honest. So I think all we can do is try to reduce this salary, reduce some of this money. Yeah, like, so, how much do our star players make? Yeah, I'll do, like, but I'll leave, wow. Yeah, the problem is, like, since his agent fee is, like, also at, like, the top limit, it hurts, because I'd love to just, like, leave the agent fee. I don't mind that. Alright. I think that's good, though. I mean, that's 2 less million. That's somewhat significant there when it's jumping around like that, so... Not as crazy down as maybe we would hope for, but we knew we were going to have to pay. And then I know I sound like a psychopath for, like, doing that and being like, I don't really know where he's going to play, but it is what it is. Attacking, possession, defending, tactical. It's not really a big game. I don't care too much. But we'll just add into it a little something. And Milan's unbeaten home run is at 20 games. And we break the consecutive wins record. Yeah, and Dortmund continue to come for Barcelo, but honestly, Barcelo is probably one of the youngest players, like wingbacks, that has 13 crossing, so I'm holding on to him for dear life. He's honestly like my most... And then he isn't interested in speaking to Roma. I guess that's, fair. Yeah, I mean, we can... I'll do the same thing where, like, if you pay him everything... If you pay for everything this year and then buy him from me, I can't really complain about that, you know? I'm not too concerned about him, to be honest. Because he doesn't just have, like, raw speed. And his dribbling's not terrible, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you can do that. I kind of just let you kill it, and then yeah, those guys on the loan list is okay. And the last 5, Berkebine is 7.5. Okay. Maybe the best form we've ever seen from Stefan Bergkamp, and they want me to pull another. I have a guy in the form of his life, and then I have a backup who just like won the European Golden Boy, and you want me to pull another guy in the same position off of loan? What? if you're okay with breakout prospect, that's okay. Yeah, I mostly just don't want the yearly salary raise. I'm kind of okay with just everything else. Maybe could have been a little bit, but I want Yenner back. We may try to do more with him this year. I wouldn't mind him back in the fold this January, but because I guess that also means I'm making 100 million off of a sale. But, and then I can look at like a wing back or something, particularly a left wing back. Doesn't enjoy big matches. You know, one thing I didn't do. I mean, because mostly it will be for next season. Does that mean does he already have a transfer? He's just declared that it's going to be a free transfer, I guess. That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't look at this earlier, so... just... So Facundo Martinez... I mean, that is depth in a position that, like, we kind of need depth in. But I don't really like him. You know, he doesn't really have the true passing vision for, like, the deep-lying playmaker role. And then I don't think he really has, like, finishing or anything upside in the attacking midfield role. So I'm not too concerned about that. And Christian Romero is obviously pretty good. But it is probably, like, our deepest. Yeah, I don't think that he offered... To me, he doesn't offer me anything different to, like... I mean... Also, wait, hold on. And then he would be a non-EU guy at the end of his contract, like at his age. Just not too concerned. And the guys I don't currently have scouted, I know Dodo was pretty good, but again, it is like one of our stronger positions. Like if we would do that, then we'd have to like move on from Birkenbaum next year. He's probably the most skilled player left out of the group. And again, you're doing an old guy. So Spanish nationality. So he does not. He wouldn't count. So he could be the more offensive guy to Barclay's more defensive side. And we could commit to Barclay. But again, Stefan Birkenbaum is maybe having his best season yet. I'm a little concerned about the salary there, too. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head how much Birkenbaum... Well, Birkenbaum is like one of our top earners, so I guess if we were replacing him, we could get... And I don't know that he is worth that much money, necessarily. I think if I would be... We're not continuing the season for another... or the series for another year, but I think if I would, that this wouldn't be a terrible move. I think the big question would kind of be if we don't move on from Birkenbaum. You know, he doesn't play, right? And there's a lot of guys that are decent. That could just add depth and be good players. Like, honestly, the thing is, like, these things wouldn't be bad ideas. You know? So, some of these guys. Potentially. Bentancur, very... just a phenomenal player, really. Well, maybe his mentals aren't that good. You saw some of the highs, but then, like, the rest are pretty low middles. I don't know. This is a little bit of a cop-out saying that I'm not continuing it for another season, so I'm not going to do anything here. But I am trying to think about, like, holes that these guys, like, actually fill as, like, rentals. I mean, I guess Bentancur would be a good... But then it's like, so is Peter Raska, right? So, like, I guess I could sign a Bentancur to sell a Raska, but then it's like, who's my guy next year? Or, not next year, but the year after, right? So, I don't know if there's any position here where we're like, Danny Olmo was perfect because we were missing that guy with finishing ability and that attacking midfielder. I don't get that feeling from my positions right now. Dodo is maybe the one where it's like offensive-minded wingbacks. Okay, I think I could argue. Why? Because he's like still considered world class. That's his transfer value. That's crazy. really tiny. I mean, he's not a bad other guy, I guess. Well, 31, I think he'd still be good. Oops. I think that's the one thing, though. No. I wouldn't do that for him to be a non-EU player, though, actually. I think Dodo's maybe the most interesting one, and I think we already tried that once, and it didn't really work. Now we're in a different standing, obviously, but I'm okay. I guess the one thing about Dodo is, like, legitimately would probably open us up for a sale of somebody. Hold on. I know this is gonna seem stupid, but I'm like... So, Adebayo, check. Monty, check. Barclay, not check. Valeda, Mino, not check. Yes, even Stromberg. Orestes is already a check. Denis is already a check. Cesarano is not a check. And Peter Raska, check. And Bakiri, but doesn't matter. He doesn't look like he's ready enough to play. At least he likes being here, I guess. And Gladbach are going nuts for Peter Raska. No, I'm good on that. Barcelo, Karnaseki, Pekovic, Madu. Wow, Milan are beating us in corners. In corner goals. How dare they? Well, so everybody's seeing that big pot of money sitting there. So the agents are going, hey, man, maybe time for a new contract? Huh? I'm not opposed to... Orestes I'm a little opposed to because I do think he's a guy that's potentially on the move out of here. Cassier still looks good. This guy, I'm good on. Delit still looks good. One thing I guess I didn't look at when I looked at it. Doesn't have a ton of development though. Yeah. I don't know. Not interested. Alright, dual-footed. You've done enough. It's not much. Yeah, he's not consistent, but let's add him to the short list. See how he develops. Strokins, remove from short list, actually. Nothing jumping out for those guys. Jan Valeda scores 5 in the under 20s. Interesting. Going, maybe we don't need Jean Arnaud. I also don't know if I don't know. If Arnaud comes, I think we at least have to, like, see if people will be willing to come for Jan Valeda. And if the game's just, like, wrong and then he doesn't play at all because he's already played once for PSG and then once for us. Or, you know, more than once for us, but... Maybe? Maybe? Agility. Mohamed Yenner signs a new contract. Sick. So for Sampdoria, they are sitting 4th. I think we're probably, and it is away. I think we will play our starters. I could maybe argue, like, rotating 3 players, since I have the subs for that. Maybe that's what I'll plan on. I need Barcelo, at least until I find an even better left swing back. Bring Ruggieri back, and then you can have him. But Christian Romero will go to Tottenham. I guess he did have to. He started there in this series. Yeah, on the loan. Which I don't know why the game wouldn't trigger his cause or his clause, but whatever. And now he's back. I've heard rumors that the FM23 skin for Zealand allows you to go to that, like, what is it, your list of training, for the individual training, and you can talk to, like, everybody that you want to praise at the same time. $500 matches. That's crazy. And Giuseppe Monti. We'll go to Terramano. And was that one that didn't have a buy clause? Interesting. So it also looks like he'll be back next year. And Will Martin will also be out, making a much quicker decision. Martin, not somebody we're really concerned about. But maybe allow himself to get a little playtime, a little development, a little interest. Build it for him. A tight thigh for Abdulev. I think he got dinged up a couple of times there. So we'll probably do a little rotation then at the back line at least. Milan beat Atalanta, Lazio over Fiorentina, and a draw for Torino and SPAL. Yep, keep scouting. Midfielder, fine. Has some athletics upside. We'll take a better look at some of these guys. Nothing jumping out for me for Livramento. Danny Martin. Does relish big matches, but is listed as inconsistent. So we'll move on. We're still going. Burnley going after Tammy Abraham. Orlano. Ivanusik out. You may go Riccardi. And we will allow Tyrell Malacia out for 10 mil. So it's a big loss. It just I'm just gonna say he's not on my first team plans. It just wasn't working. A ton of injuries for Malacia. He was about to come back, but he has not really been able to stay on the field for us. Was fine when he played, but I don't think anything that really jumped out to me as a top of the line thing. We do have to look at options for replacing him, whether it's through a loan or something else, but yeah, we mostly want the starters in there, but yeah, a little concerned about Pekovic, or about Abdulev. I'm actually going to go Cesarano here. Reason being, Orestes will be stronger for the next game then, and then so like an Abdulev Orestes is actually pretty solid back two against Milan. I think I'm also gonna switch it up here and go Peter Barclay. Even though Birkenbaum's been in good form. But just doing a little rotation. Same here. We'll go Stromberg at the front, and then I'd like to make a sub in the middle. And I'll go with our more important player, Peter Raska. Nah, you know what? We'll go Madu. Whoops. No, you know what? I'm making the extra sub. Peter Raska. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subs, but a shaky 5. Stromberg's pretty good, you know. Yeah, no, and I'm not quite sure why he didn't play in the friendly. Whatever game. Oh, and we'll welcome back Matteo Cardella today. We won't tackle hard. And actually, it's Giuseppe Pizzella. So these are two ex-Brescia wingbacks out there. Matteo Cardella, decent athlete, but never really made it all come together for us. Fell short of our level, although he was one of our first taken. And Giuseppe Pizzella, a good little role player that we brought back. I think he was elsewhere. I don't remember where he was before, but like he was kind of in that same situation as Malacia, where he just never did enough to like really make us impressed last time when he was here. So I don't know. Probably a little luck involved. I think it does have value to keep the runs going. They're on a, you know, so they're on a pretty nice run themselves. You know, I'd like to say that we're confident. I don't think anybody would be doing this a lot of credit for working miracles with them. Yeah. I don't think it's patronized in a positive manner. I certainly won't be underestimating them. A lot of praise for Sampdoria here pre-match. This could be one of those tricky trap type games, but both teams coming in on good form, and then Brescia going away. And us making a number of substitutions, even though I said I wasn't going to, and then I did anyway. Some a little out of necessity. Barclay. Pushing forward. Cuts it into Raska. And on the edge of the box gets brought down pretty hard. Free kick in a dangerous area. Although often I find when they're in like this type of position, it's like almost too tricky. But often they go for like the near post on that, and then it's like just cleared by the first man. But this time we went to the back post, which I liked. Far post. Puig, Maldini. Ooh, taking the shot and a chance there. Sassuolo gave half a yard and it was enough. I'm going to switch something up. In... Just that simple. Galbraith from downtown. Andy Galbraith, the difference. With a well-placed shot. Yeah, just space. And just poor goalkeeping, really. Yes. Still want to abuse the near post corner a little bit. I wouldn't say abuse, but do want our best players there. I mean, Milan's having more success on corners for us. Smartly done by Cabrera, trying to go back across the keeper, but fingertips save it. And Sassuolo just over. The youngster not too bad with his head. Oh, dangerous spot. Maldini, Carnesecchi, fingertip save. Had to make it. Cardella taking corners. And Galbraith got a little lost there. Didn't really challenge that one too far. Very similar XG at this point for both sides. Sassuolo. Danilo Pekovic sitting in the middle today. Tight thigh keeping Abdullah out for this one. Just a little bit of precaution. Want him as healthy as possible. Nice cross there from Barclay. Oh, and Cabrera off the post on the backside. Ah. Nearly had it. from Vegard Stromberg so far. Haven't seen a lot of action for the strikers. But now, Stromberg flips it out to Barclay, and he looks in for Cabrera, who gets a good header off again. Audero makes the save. I mean, if Cabrera wins the headers, he actually has some skill at it. I don't remember what the number is. He just doesn't jump well at all. And it is jump well because he is like 6'1", I believe. Maybe he's not quite that tall. Karnaseki scrambles, but offside. Cueva. Oh, but he was gone. Bekovic, Maldini, Yeboah, and he strikes from wherever. Oh, fouls. Fouls are just even. We're going to play a higher tempo with like slightly shorter passing. That's a small change. But we're just not getting a lot done. We'll see how it goes. I'm honestly, from our highlights and stuff, I didn't see enough there, I think, to really diagnose. Also, is Negro one of our old players too? This is like ex-Brescia FC. At least on the defensive side. Flips it up to Cesarano. Cheeky Daraska, Cueva into Cabrera's feet. He looks for Stromberg. Negro does well. And he kind of goes for the no-nonsense clear. Pekovic to Cesarano. Raska helping him out. Into Mino, back to Cueva. Up long for Cabrera, who brings it down. Nicely defended again. Barcelo cuts it back. Galbraith into Barcelo. Can't find it. Mino looking to turn. Barclay going outside. And he'll draw the corner. And just wide from Cesarano at the near post. Tough day for Vegard Stromberg so far. Barclay. Alaska. Back to Karnaseki. Pressure, poking and prodding, moving the ball left and right. Up over Cabrera. Another big fingertip save from Audero. Cabrera has been putting shots on, he just has not been getting rewarded. switch. Looks out wide to Barcelo. And he looks to cut in. Stromberg, and a big tip. Good movement that time from the striker. Cesarano trying to head it along. Can't get there. Cueva does, though. Stromberg, and a nice finish. Hasn't done much today, but he pulls that one out of his hat. Yeah, just nicely weighted from Mino and well taken from Stromberg. And at 2-0. Yeah, I want to save Orestes' legs a little bit. Although we may need Denis as well, but maybe more of like a two-man rotation elsewhere. We're also going to go Jan Valeda for Maximiliano Cabrera and look to start Cabrera in the next game as well. Although Stromberg did score. And actually, we are going to get Orestes in, but we're going to rotate Andy Galbraith to the middle. As we look to hold on to our 2-goal lead here. And actually, I don't necessarily want to invite more pressure, but I think I want to, like, give help. And hopefully that doesn't come to bite me in the butt, but... we didn't actually put time wasting on. A blast from Orestes. And a big save. It'll be Stromberg getting the pen. Oh, and also... and well done from Stromberg. 3-0 now. Estes does well to retain possession there. Cueva chips it into Florent Denis, who looks to go forward, and Cartella does well this time. Barclay standing and waiting. Pizzella reading that one well. The two wingbacks, two ex-Brescia wingbacks, not having their best games, but a couple of decent moments here in the closing minutes, trying to show some resiliency maybe to their ex-squad. And a little extra shove at the end there for Cardella. But an excellent day from Brescia. Another very nice performance. They got it done. And we will be, and unlike what I've been doing, yeah, I mean, what a goal from Andy Galbraith. I think I'll be resting the starters for both these days ahead of the Supercup. Yeah, I mean, I guess right now, Villanova does make some sense. Solid. Yeah, nothing jumping out for me for these young guys. Just keeping an eye. Yeah, I think we can officially move on from Rafinha. Back. Yeah, I think I'll look at this. Next week. Although I guess sometimes when I do that. We could do that. 2 goals for Bartoli. He grew. Milan wants Stromberg. You're probably the one person I don't want. They want to give us Vind. No. Again, if that's my solution for left wing back, that's my solution for left wing back. It's fine. I'm not super thrilled with that. We'll have to really try to make sure Barcelo plays the most important matches, but we will adjust the budget. And a record signing. A world-class level attacking midfielder. Valeda? I usually don't care. Does Valeda, like, somehow know French? Oh. Interesting. The thing is, I think I would maybe put Valeda. And actually, now that we have secured this, yeah, I'm pretty open. I kind of like want teams to come for him in a way. So I'm going to put it at like 50 mil. Satriano. Like, I see why you're selecting Valeda, but that might be the man's job who you took. I mean, in reality, though, he will be playing the attacking midfielder role. Now, I know his finishing isn't crazy, but he is more of a passer up there. I think he's another level. I think Danny Olmo will be a good counterpart to him for the year. And I guess Valeda could maybe be a good counterpart in the future. But I think I'm happy to put him here instead of like dropping him back and playing the or do I want him to be the deep-lying playmaker? I mean, the thing is, really the thing is, these guys are extremely similar. It is kind of what the thing is. looking at this number right there. I did like the idea of his height coming in. I'm almost thinking actually that way, then. His marking and tackling aren't great, but his actual defensive positioning is fantastic. And Cueva's positioning is getting better. But then we put Cueva on attack. And he is more of like a get into opposition area, things like that. He's got some of those things. So we'll ask Arnaud, tries killer balls often, plays 1-2, looks for long range passes. So we're gonna like kind of ask him to sit back and ping the ball around a little bit. Actually. And move Cueva forward. But they are very similar. I think that either guy could kind of rotate. But I guess we'll let Cueva maybe get into some more of these dangerous crossing positions, some other things that maybe he does well. I didn't realize like how good like Cueva is actually on like a kind of a similar level. Now, even higher upside for Arnaud is part of this transfer, but I mean, better mentals in general. And actually, if not that he has the jumping reach, but if he gets like a free header, it is actually maybe more dangerous than even the taller Arnaud. They are extremely similar, actually, but that's kind of the point. We want 3 superstars long term around Madu, like Madu, Cueva, and Arnaud. Those guys could be very dangerous for a very long time, I think. I think we'll still list Jan Valeda. I mean, I guess he could stick around. And Dani Olmo just sits more forward this year. And heck, maybe Dani Olmo next year sits further back. I think that's where it gets tricky, is like kind of how much are you willing to commit to Olmo? You know? Are you going to bring him back again? But at the moment, am I missing somebody? Oh, Mino. So that's the one thing. We could say we're done with Nugel Mino. Not play him again. Let him take him back off of loan. and then just keep Valletta for the year. I don't know. We'll see if anything happens with Valletta. It may not happen, so. His defense is just so bad every time I look at him. And then I think he also like hates big matches or something. Or I think he did have that. Yeah, he's not Arsenal. This is who I would love to have. Leonardo Maris at Monaco. But they can't. Jean-Louis Pons. Yeah, I don't know if he offers enough offensive upside on defense. He's just not quite ready yet, you know. Kochik. Yeah, his positioning's bad too. I think you need at least the positioning to be like, to where I'm like, okay. So nobody listed. I mean, he's not bad, but has played there. Only Argentinian. No, I don't think his offense is good enough. I mean, I know I'm being very picky on a thing where I'm just like really thin. And then Curtis Jones would be more of like an inverted wingback if I wanted to play that. At least footedness wise. That might not be bad. Doesn't really have a negative. Has Italian second nationality. Not brilliant, but maybe a really nice like holdover. Just like... Yeah. Just his depth. It's not going to break the bank by any means. And that means we can... Yeah, sure. Fringe player. Must have that in his contract. Okay. That's fine. I just kind of want to get that done. We just don't have the money without the sale of... What's his name? Oh, he's left too. I actually don't like that. The cuts inside. He's got that, like, extra little crossing that does make me go, is that worth it? And he does have the higher natural fitness, a year younger. It's definitely more, well... Yeah, you know what? I just want the holdover. I do think he would be the better player with what we want, but I don't know if it's worth millions of dollars at this point. I essentially need a loan player, but I don't have the option for a loan guy. And then kind of what we're hoping to do is win all the things again this year and maybe make a couple key sales. Jan Valeda or something, and open us up for like a splash at the left wing spot. And then, or one of our wing back spots. Yeah, nothing jumping out for me. Yeah, like a Numeris. You know what I mean? Like, that guy would be a different level. That's interesting. Yeah, he just doesn't have that offensive upside. Very interesting, though. Oh. Shit. Oh, okay. So all the little down turns all took up turns. Okay, I mean, like him to just, like, improve. But we'll take it. Had I known that was going to overlap, that's on me. I don't think I've been in that situation before. I would have said under 23s, bro, for the best Argentinian player in the world. No. Like, no. That's not entirely true, but... Well, maybe good that we have an extra attacking-minded player around, then. You know what? It's maybe a little too early in the tactically. What are you, a striker? They gave me a midfield left? What? I'm not a striker. Birkenbaum. Abdullah will also be back in. Everybody's still fresh right now, so... Yeah, as much as it kind of maybe doesn't make the most sense, I kind of agree with what we said about it, though. I want to win. We always want to win. So I think we'll play. Uh, 5 doesn't make a ton of sense. $20 for Arno. Oh, yes. Yeah, so we'll drop it to our standard line. But that's pretty much all we'll do here. And then Hernandez, Kake. And then everybody else should cut inside. Ricci. Technically. Liao should definitely cut in. Diaz will be around. And Doku is just fast. So we'll do what we'll do. Yeah, he's always striving to improve, and he's been on a good run. Kalulu, they're still a very good team. I think he should be fine if he starts at any point. We have other options. And Brescia will take on the new rivals, AC Milan. They've been going back and forth. Milan have been the big baddies of this entire series, you would say. We overcame them last year for the first time, and they've been off to maybe a tricky start, but you can't count them out for too long. And I say a tricky start when they haven't lost a home match in 12 games or something like that, so, or 20 games. So they're a good team. He's like the one guy that can't get hurt, bro. You kidding me? And this early? Well, we're going to put Orestes out there. I don't have my backup plan yet. Hopefully nothing too serious there. 4 minutes in and having to be taken off is not a great sign. Steal it. Close from Satriano. I'm getting an encourage out here early, just with not necessarily it being a flat start, but with an early injury kind of being like, all right, we weren't expecting that. Keep it going, boys. Abdulev there again. Milan pressing high. Unsurprisingly. Hernandez goes around and Madu blocks it, but another corner. Milan keep the pressure going. And we'll keep it going with a corner off the free kick. And headed over by Danilo Pekovic. We are looking scary on corners, but we're not exactly generating a lot of them. I think we did enough to put pressure on, but that was a pretty well won header there. Galbraith hoofing it up into space. Tamari, though, beating Stromberg there. Wallstead out to Theo Hernandez. I guess just caught Karnaseki off guard. A long-range shot from Diaz. Too much space for him. He's able to pick a nice spot out for that. But really, 100% should be saved. Rafael Leao running all over the place. Looks to send Doku in, but he blasts it over the bar. Birkenbaum struggling. Unsurprisingly, Orestes is struggling. Vegard Stromberg gets hurt. Good. Fantastic. That's what we want to see. I'm going to let you try to shake off the injury just because we don't have Cabrera as an option here. And also, I don't want to make two substitutions just, like, inherently out of injury issues. Okay. I don't think Stromberg's going to make the game, but... Or, like, last the whole game, but... Something. Cueva pushing. Flips it out to Orestes. He looks to go back to Cueva. Poorly, Tonali cuts it out. Diaz. Ricci. Plays Doku in. A perfect ball. And he finishes it off. Brescia not at the races today. We're playing pretty poorly. Showing too much of that ball, and then just on the counter attack. Well cut out this time. Birkenbaum. Cut it across. Oh no, Stromberg was there for a tap in. Alright. Well, we have to get Vegard Stromberg off. 4 from Stefan Birkenbaum as well. well defended though by Orestes. Doku jumps all over. A chance in a one-on-one situation. An own goal. And Doku just caused all kinds of problems today. It's been a while since we took a bad one from Milan. But this was a beating. One of these teams looked like they wanted to win the cup today. The other one did not. And I mean, I do think a very poor day from Karnaseki too, which we haven't seen in a long time. Just poor day. Like, we played bad. It was complacency type game, you know? Just lingering on the ball. Like, look at that desire. Like, look at what they wanted to win that ball back, and they won it. Something we didn't really show today. Very frustrating loss. And very frustrating to see Milan hoist more hardware in this series, but they were better than us. Full stop. Stromberg, Birkenbaum, Karnaseki, and Abdulev should all get fines for that. Okay. I don't want to be too harsh because it doesn't really matter, but that's not the kind of performance you want to see in a game where you can win hardware, you know, like you know what? I'm gonna go all the way down. We let the fans down. We weren't good enough out there, and I have to take responsibility for that. We got whooped up on a little bit. Yeah, we did. Yeah, I'm gonna be negative again there. I think it's our job to make sure we're doing everything we can. It's my fault when we don't. I mean, yeah, I'll be a little bit more positive kind of at the end of it. We'll take some positives away from it. That hurts. Not good enough. And we do have to work, but we did, unfortunately, bring the starters out. So, and Orestes. Well, and then I probably don't need to include Barcelo. So we're hoping we can at least be in a point where we can rotate some players at Sassuolo. delighted to be able to welcome John to the club. I think he's a fantastic player, and we run him in. Yeah, I think he's got a bag of tricks to work with and can make the difference. I think he'll be a lift to everybody at the club. We'll always be looking to improve. I'm not going to get into a debate about that right now. I think his talent justifies it. Sky's the limit for him. I think he can be a legend. Yeah, I think he'll fit into our plans. We know what he does well. Never really. There was a brief moment of momentum. Stromberg was isolated pretty much all game. I mean, it kind of hurt probably having a pretty weak left wing performance. Francisco Gonzalez, another big-time striker, going to Man City. Yeah, he's phenomenal. He's honestly one of the best all-around guys in the entire world right now, with his heading ability. So essentially, they're just getting like the next Haaland to play. At first, alongside Haaland, but. I'm not opposed to this, but this kind of seems like a low ball to me for Orestes. I think I'd probably say something in that like 40 mil to get me talking. So I'm just gonna reject and see if they if they'll come back or not. I'm not opposed to going away from him. I think we have a lot of youth coming there, so it's kind of like all of our current backups probably need to move on at some point. As we have Azzolini coming in, we have Dario Reina coming up, we have although I don't think Reina's quite ready yet, we have Cesarano, who's playing pretty well this season. But yeah, I think both Denis and Orestes are probably free game. Mino scoring on the international stage. It is the under 20, so it's not like a huge deal. I don't know, man. I think 20's not ridiculous to be asking for. You know, even if it is 20. What if I like bring it down to like 20? If they'd be more willing to like get there. The thing is, they're not like really overpaying. They're just kind of like truly paying his value when they're doing this. Well, they're paying some. Nah, I want to see 20, man. Just like I want to see 40 for Orestes. We will bring in Matthias Vigna, though. Which does make it more that we can move on from one of them. I guess one thing with a team actually, like, making a bid, would Orestes be willing to get transfer listed? No. He's not that interested in a team out there. Auto select, Stromberg, Arno, Raska, Cabrera. Sure. I don't know if there's any weird rules, but we'll keep Abdullaev out there. And now we probably need to get back to our regular rotation of players a little bit. After some tight games here. So we'll see. Parma, and that being the cup, we'll probably definitely plan on rotating there. So I'd like to have a decent level of starter here against Sassuolo. I think we will also do the Arno. He's probably not quite up to speed with what we're trying to do, but I think we will bring in the new signing here in Serie A. Cabrera also scoring, under 19. More like it for Florentini. I wonder if I could even push it a little higher. So we got the left. Well, although Vigna that now has to like start, so I guess it's still kind of an issue. But I think we'll be okay. We have a youth prospect for when we're in like true desperation of like seeing a game out or something. I can't believe how many injuries we have going on. Ekman. Recommendation. Barcelo will be out. Cabrera and Mina will continue to be out. Ton of injuries. Matthias Vigna. We're going to get him out here right away. Also, yeah, I don't have him training properly, do I? And we're going kind of want to do a little rotation. Oh, also. Last game was just a rough game. We'll go Raska and Arnaud. Danny Olmo, Satriano, Stromberg. We're going Cesarano, Abdulev, Galbraith. Okay. Yeah, because we might like want to do something with like Orestes in either position, so I think I'm okay with that. He's not terrible, actually. Well, he's not good though. So a couple of our new signings making their debuts today. We didn't even get to reveal Vigna yet, but there's only so much we could do. Oh, yes. Opposition. I don't need to do that. I don't need to press that. We will press the wingbacks though. And then I'm pretty sure you cut in. Yes. And you are also looking to cut in. Yeah, we just need a little bit more from everyone. It's all down to hard work, no substitution for that. If we play to the correct levels, not the levels we played against Milan, we should be okay. But Sassuolo have been on a nice little run recently, so they may be looking to catch us in with our heads hanging a little bit after our first true loss of the season. It does come in kind of a meaningless cup game, really just for bragging rights. But Milan retake those bragging rights as the most recent winners in our head-to-head. You know, I should have maybe clicked on Cabrera and see if there was like a thing where I could like call back from international duty. I think it's on that first page though. What a ball. Satriano or no. Decent touches. Looks for Barclay, who does actually find it. And back to Raska. Cesarano. Barclay may have strayed. He did not. We're now looking for Vigna, but the two new signings couldn't link up. Danny Olmo. Bigard Stromberg. Oh, and a big save. And we'll see if we get yelled at if Arnaud's good at free kicks and stuff. What a finish. What a finish. Absolutely. Brescia looking like they're standing still. And we held the possession, but didn't do anything with it. Looks like this guy's maybe too much for Sassuolo. I mean, I don't think the other side is going to be any better for him, but we'll try. Barclay striding forward. Looking for Stromberg, who will take the headed shot. But from a pretty long range, not much in that. Olmo, save us. Big save. And a poor header from Satriano. Looking for Barclay. Galbraith, good recovery. Arnaud, Olmo, Satriano. Gonna look to play Stromberg, but well defended. He looks for Satriano. Puts a header on. I don't like that, like. Poor from Satriano there. A little extra help, boys. Be fine. Be lovely of you. Alright, looking for Vigna. Olmo. Stromberg. Raska. Headed over again, but yeah, all of our last like 4 shots have all been the same, and it's all been long range, and it's all been low XG, and it's all like, why even bother? Stop doing that. What was that? Another .01 XG shot. Stop it. Please. I needed any other cross there. Any other cross. That was so bad. The move wasn't terrible. I'll take adding width with a little bit of pace on it, but Jesus Christ, it was... Like, come on, boys. I don't... Serrano, Vigna. Serrano flips it into Satriano. I mean, at least it's from a different angle. But they've all been weak headers. Every single shot that we've been witnessing has been weak headers. And then he makes crazy saves. And then when they're not weak headers, he's making crazy saves. I think we need a set-piece goal today. I don't think it's happening. Please, you have to... You have to finish that. Barclay out wide. Raska. What a ball from Arnaud. We're going to be pressing it in the second half. Tempo's got to come up. Something else has to happen. We need more. I think we've settled in defensively, at least it seems, somewhat. I don't know if that switch was necessary, but seems like it's kind of worked. Oh, what a first touch. Karnaseki saves it from being 2-0 though. Gotta give credit where it's due after maybe, you know, poor performance last time and kind of a tough goal to allow this time too. Give him a little credit. He's dribbling all around us, though. Dude, he's making so... Honestly, we're going to lose this game. I honestly think the game has just decided that this guy is going to make all the saves today. He's having, like, I don't know if it's like a dice roll at the beginning of the game. I don't know if there's other stuff coming into it, but we've now had 4 or 5 that by all accounts should be goals. And, I mean, a lot of weak headers. I think there's a lot of weak headers going on in this. I think particularly this stretch here. But this one, this one, this one, and this one. And I think this last one, too. Massive saves. Massive, massive saves. Yeah, we're gonna push the tempo. I'm gonna bring the passing down. We'll see. We'll probably go up to more directs later, but for now, what a save by Karnaseki. What a set piece. That should have been number 3 for Sassuolo. I mean, kind of on the same. Karnaseki starting to make the. He has an 8, bro. He has an 8. He has an 8. That's frustrating, man. These are back-to-back frustrating games. I don't really mind us losing, but... Stromberg, please. I mean, I think he would have saved it. I honestly think he would have saved it. What a ball. You have to finish it. You have to finish it. You have to finish it. I'll be honest, I don't know what to do. Fuck. I think we have to bring Pekovic on. Like we have to. And just like hope that he saves us. And this isn't an offense to Jean Arnaud, but I think I'm thinking of just like the best finishers. And Jan Valeta might have something that he could just like pop out with. And then I think, and again, not really an offense to what Peter Rasko's done today, but I think just going Anthony Madu and just trying to get our best players in the best positions. I think Birkenbaum, I guess, could be something that I'll regret a little bit. A little bit better crossing and everything. I mean, that's what I was thinking. But not very good from Valeda there. Valeda. Olmo! And Satriano goes down. Chance for to be saved. He went the right way, man. That was like as good of an attempt, that save, as like you could have expected. Like he almost just stifled us. I'm gonna keep the tempo up. We have the momentum. I don't think I'm going to push for the win. I don't really have faith in beating this keeper. He is having like the S plus tier type of day. Like, it might be one of the best games he plays all season. What a ball. Nice touch. Big save. They're definitely generating scary chances on their side, too. I mean, maybe I could drop a little deeper and play longer. We're gonna take the draw. It's a frustrating draw for sure, but I think this is one that we just have to take on the chin a little bit here. Just a performance out of the top drawer for Tosi. Stifled us a couple of times on chances at the goal. And if it wasn't for the penalty, I don't know that we beat him in the day. I mean, there are definitely spells where we were not generating anything too scary, though. So that's also kind of frustrating that they defended well and put us in that spot. Yeah, we just have to keep remaining focused. I think we're on the right side of that for now. Yeah, absolutely kicked our butt there. And also, not the guys you want to see making up ground. Milan, another big performance, and they are starting to catch fire where we may be looking like we're faltering. I mean, you do know how old he is, right? So they're like, oh, he still actually has it in him. I mean, I'm not opposed to Olmo if he's okay. No, we're not doing that. We can do that. I'd also say I'd prefer regular starter. Also, end of season. Which I guess maybe makes less sense, but... We're going to do the recovery and then the match review. I think I will set up my training. Minho scores again. I mean, it's like under 23, so I guess that's kind of what we want. Watford are willing to break the bank for Barcelona. I can't, though. He's our best player there, unfortunately. He's getting there. Yeah, I certainly hope we can make a back left. That's what I want to do, but we're flexible. There might be times to replace elsewhere. I think everybody at the club can benefit from working alongside him. Yeah, delighted we could do it so cheaply. I mean, we also, so we just maybe brought in a guy really small. We also brought in a guy very, like, we're not afraid to spend money when we need to. I think he'll give us a fresh picture. We need that. I think we want to make our long-terms happen. I think he'll settle in with our players just fine. Yeah. Just answer a couple pretty quickly. Can Juventus maintain their hold on second place? Milan have passed them for the moment. Yeah, don't see any glaring negatives. Although I probably should be more critical in looking at all attributes too. But because I know that Koulibaly guy that I just added to the short list can't cross, so won't actually sign him. Juventus do enough as they beat Hellas Verona, Inter dominate, Bologna win, and it is starting to become the familiar four at the top. Brescia, Juventus, Milan, and Inter, with Udinese starting to slide off the pace a little bit. Juventus and Hellas Verona. The big one of the weekend. Oh, shit. And Cabrera. 1 goal, 1 assist. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Right now, I mean, I agree, but right now I think we need him. Good for Galbraith. That's a shame. I don't know. Dortmund chasing Orestes. That does become an intriguing one. I think the thing is I'd have to have... because I'm willing to move on from Denis. Orestes is a pretty strong option. And a big one, Gladbach. Getting Wim de Smit, a very athletic striker. Ooh, that's a big one. But they may make me at least think about who I could potentially be looking at if we make those sales. The problem is, I think I'd probably also have to maybe look at... I can't recall Azzolini from loan, and I kind of think I can't call Reyna off either. cannot. So kind of the guys for next year aren't ready. So I think we're selling Denis now with the intention of maybe we're going to be shopping Orestes actively in the summer with the young crew coming back. But I think he'll have to stay. I mean, maybe they make an offer that I can't refuse. And I mean, I guess the other thing I could do is like same kind of thing we did. Yeah, just like find a cheap guy that fills the need. I mean, we just missed out on like a Christian Romero, right? But those guys are probably a little too expensive, but maybe one of these other options could be just filling it for the year. Could even look at not enough jumping reach. Could look at like a loan too. Nah, probably not any of these guys. I'm just somewhat interested. Anywho, we may have started to crack a little bit, but after international break, but we've still playing pretty decently. A tough couple of games there, though, losing the Coca-Cola Supercup. But we are still at the top of Serie A without a loss in that competition yet. We'll get back into the Coppa Italia final and might make it to Champions League next time. It's a little tricky with the deadline day, but we'll be continuing Brescia into Thursday and Saturday at our typical stream times. And the weekend, if I have time, I'll start looking at what we're doing for FM23 as we start to potentially look to shift that way. But I really want to finish this one out. We made a massive move to bring in Jean Arnaud to be the pair. This free kick taking is not terrible. To be the pairing with Anthony Madu. So now we have two guys that should be legitimately world-class midfielders there, and I mean, Dani Olmo is playing fantastically, at least for this season, and we already have a guy like Oscar Cueva waiting in the wings there as well. So I think we're set up about as well as we could ask for. I think the only thing that could happen is if we see something particularly on the left wing that's attainable, but I don't think there is. I mean, I would love a Numeris. Like, I don't think it doesn't break the bank with his. I mean, I guess his transfer value is all over the place, but you know, I would love a guy of that caliber coming in and really making a difference, because, and I must need to scout him, because when we had Matteo Ruggeri, he was incredible in his short time with us. So getting another guy on that. Like, getting him back or getting a guy on that level, I do think would make such a difference in our tactic and really just open up all the possibilities that we could have for this offense. I think the wing backs, we've kind of gotten the good defense down. Now we need to unlock the offense, I think, with the wing backs. Also, big mistake on my part, too, of letting Mino and Cabrera off on international duty. They'll miss 2 more games, it looks like. So hopefully we can get through it without them. And see what we can do. But thanks everybody for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.